Welcome to the November 2025 Historical Architecture Review Board meeting. Full recording of tonight's meeting will be placed on the city's website after adjournment of the meeting. Thank you for your attendance. Chapter 295 of the City of Reading's Codified Ordinances requires that the HARB be guided by the United States Secretary of Interior Standards for Rehabilitation and Guidelines for Rehabilitating Historic Buildings. Chapter 180, construction codes and by any policies and or guidelines hereafter adopted by the board or the city of Reading. While meetings of the HARB are generally informal, Robert's Rules of Order are used to structure the proceedings and maintain decorum. The audio portion of these proceedings will be recorded for record keeping purposes. When the applicant hears the name of his or her property called by the chair, they should wait for the preservation officer to present the property summary and application proposal. The chair will recognize the applicant when the time is appropriate for him or her to present any supporting information to the board. Applicants are asked to limit their presentation to 3 minutes. Is there any minutes from the October 2025?
There was for the September 16th, 2025.
Did everybody have time? You sent those out, right?
Yes.
Yeah. Did everybody have time to read those minutes from September 2025? Rick?
Yes.
Did you?
Yeah. I move to approve the minutes from September 2025 meeting.
Somebody second that, please?
I'll second it.
All right, Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Mr. Politica,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt,
Yes.
Ms. Feller.
Yes.
Are there any conflicts of interest for tonight's agenda? All right, the first application tonight is 54 South 6th Street. You can come up, sign your names, please.
Amy, may I have
The numbers,
please?
yes, they are numbers 2 and 5.
Thank you.
Sure, thank you. So this is 54 South 6th Street, and this 3-story building received a site quality rating of 38 and is not a contributing site in the Calhoun Historic District. Built in the Second Empire style, the structure has been compromised with the alteration of the first floor storefront and the application of stucco at the second floor front facade. However, the building features original wood windows and the original decorative wood cornice at the second floor front facade and a straight edge slate shingles at the third floor mansard roof. Though the first floor storefront has been altered, it appears that the alterations date to the 1920s or 30s, and it features a coursed brick facade with a multi-paned leaded glass storefront window with a stained glass transom, a decorative frieze depicting the building's address above the entrance door. And tonight we are reviewing the proposal for the installation of a projecting sign at the first floor storefront. And then the Secretary of Interior standards that apply to this project are number 2. The historic character of a property shall be retained and preserved. The removal of historic materials or alteration of features and spaces that characterize a property shall be avoided. And number 5, distinctive features, finishes, and construction techniques or examples of craftsmanship that characterize a historic property shall be preserved. And the HARB sign policy.
If you could tell us your name
Si nos puede decir su nombre.
Grecia Familia.
and how you're tied to the project, if you're the owner of the building, the business, both.
¿Es usted la dueña del edificio o
No.
solamente del negocio?
Solo del negocio que va a poner.
I'm just going to be starting a business there.
Do you own the building or you're just you're just leasing the space?
Eso solamente está alquilando el bien.
El espacio donde voy a poner el.
Yes, just the space where the business is.
Okay, space. Okay. The owner is aware, right? Yes, the owner is aware.
Sí.
Yes,
And they're okay with
yes,
the sign being put in.
of course.
And if you can explain to her, this review is only for the projecting sign because she has not submitted any other signage. Anything else she wants to put in the window or hours of operation. And we do have a HARB sign policy that I believe was explained to her. Would have to, may be approvable by me,
Okay.
but she has to get, she should not put anything else in the window or.
El letrero, aunque estamos hablando aquí el día de hoy, solamente se está hablando del letrero que se proyecta. A cualquier otros letreros que usted quiera poner relacionados con el horario, tienen que ser aprobados por la Junta. Y también nosotros tenemos una política de letreros que tiene que ser aprobada a nivel de oficina con la señorita.
No tengo inconveniente con.
I don't have a problem with that.
Okay, thank you.
She can explain her project then.
Si quiere explicar el proyecto, por favor. ¿Qué es lo que quiere poner?
El letrero dice un beauty salon.
It's just a sign for a beauty salon.
Okay. Let's see here, the executive committee, we read over the application and the executive committee felt that the sign is historically appropriate, meets the requirements of the HARB sign policy.
And it's using an existing bracket that.
Right.
Or we've approved similar signage before.
Does the board have any questions?
Is it a lighted sign?
No.
No,
No.
okay.
Not putting any lights on the outside. It's not internally.
Okay, that's what I meant.
Okay.
No, porque primero lo iba a hacer con luces, pero aquí dijeron que no lo aceptaban con luces.
Yeah,
Y volví para atrás para que lo hagan como lo aceptan.
okay. I was intending to do with lighting, but then I was told it wasn't appropriate, so then I went back and I requested that they do it without the lighting.
Thank you.
Right, well, if nobody has any concerns, questions, does someone want to make a motion?
I'll make that motion to approve the COA for 54 South Sixth Street. For the proposed installation of the 3x3 by 6-inch projecting sign and I believe there's a sign to be mounted on the. Is it just the one sign?
Yeah, it's just one sign.
Okay, then that's it, okay, because I saw the 2 pictures in there, that's why I was.
It's double sided.
Tiene dos colores.
Yes, okay.
And then also the
Yeah.
existing bracket, yes.
Yes.
Someone want to second that?
I will, I'll second that. Thank you.
Okay, Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt,
Yes,
Mr. Politica?
Yes.
Ms. Fuller,
Yes.
put your sign up.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Good luck with your business. Thanks. Have a nice night. You get your plan then, right?
Here.
Good.
Yes.
All right, second on the agenda tonight is, 1001 Hampton Boulevard.
Thank you. Thank you.
Good night.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Bye. Bye.
This is 1001 Hampton Boulevard. Hampton Park is located at the southern end of the Heights Conservation District, and the Hampton Park Pavilion is located at the southeastern corner of the park. Though the structure's original roof has been replaced, the structure retains its original cast iron support columns and a large portion of the beadboard ceiling. Tonight, we are reviewing the proposal for the enclosure of the structure. And the Secretary of the Interior standards that apply to this project are one. A property shall be used for its historic purpose or be placed in a new use that requires minimal change to the defining characteristics of the building and its site and environment. Number two, which I read earlier about the historic character. Number five, I read earlier as well, and number six. Deteriorated historic features shall be repaired rather than replaced. Where the severity of deterioration requires replacement of a distinctive feature, the new features shall match the old in design, color, texture, and other visual qualities, and where possible, materials. Replacement of missing features shall be substantiated by documentary, physical, or pictorial evidence. And number nine, new additions, exterior alterations, or related new construction shall not destroy historic materials that characterize the property. The new work shall be differentiated from the old and shall be compatible with the massing, size, scale, and architectural features to protect the historic integrity of the property and its environment. If you'd like to explain your project.
Certainly. My name is Phil Leinbach. I'm from AEM Architects. Todd Whiskeyman is with me here also from our firm. We're representing the Reading School District. As I'm sure most of you are aware, that portion of Hampton Park is co-owned by the city of Reading and the school district. And it's actually part of a three-pronged project. The proposed work that you see at the pavilion. We're also looking at rehabilitating the conference station. I'm not sure if we're gonna have to be back in front of you or not. We're waiting for a decision from Mr. Montgomery on proposed alteration to provide an accessible toilet room in that facility. And the other areas down at the pit field, we're just doing finishes and some cleanup down there with regard to the field house. Specific to this project, the current pavilion, it's become problematic for the school district. Parties and so forth going on up there. So what we're doing, and we've already been with the planning commission, we're gonna do a little bit of rework at the parking area between the conference station and the pavilion, put a gate up to limit access to drive up there. And then the facilities department needs some space for storing equipment. So the proposal is basically leave the existing structure intact, put a new roof on it, enclose around the column structure that is there to maximize the storage capacity. We're within the footprint of the overhang of the existing pavilion structure. And that would be fully enclosed on the backside facing the mountain. There'd be 3 overhead doors on the side facing to the park down toward the city, 3 man doors into each of the bays there. And the materials that we propose is to put a metal roof panel, metal siding panel, the same rib style on those, on both the roof and the vertical wall surfaces. And then with an accompanying metal trim, we would replace the gutters and downspouts as well, since what's there has been deteriorated. I'm guessing we're probably gonna have to do deck replacement for the sheathing and so forth under the roof. And our proposal is, we're hoping that you're agreeable to what we've looked at. I know there's some discussion about potential colors. We've looked at a sample panel available from AB Martin out in Ephrata. As you're aware, being a public project, we have to competitively bid with several manufacturers. Ultimately, what our plan is, we would require a mock-up that Representative Ms. Johnson, I assume, would come up and take a look at the colors that we ultimately land on before we actually install those, to make sure that they meet the criteria. Different coil coater, their avocado green or forest green might be a little bit different, or little gray, or what have you. If we get A.V. Martin, we know what you like. So, in a nutshell, that's what we're proposing to do. We're also paving access road going up there, so should improve the maintenance, get rid of any dereliction going on up there, and hopefully clean that up a little bit and put that back to use that's beneficial for the district.
I did speak with the Director of Public Works. And I just wanted to be sure, he asked me to inquire, if he was not aware of the project.
Okay.
So I didn't
We did
know,
the one stop, so I thought it might
Yeah.
have run up to him, but
it unfortunately did.
okay.
So, and I didn't know if for certain if the city of Reading, I mean, I would assume that it owned land on the pavilion, but I didn't know over the years if part of that had gone to the school district, but it is owned by the city of Reading and the
It's joint.
district
The-
maintains it.
I'm going back to the history when we were doing the turf midfield. Somewhere I want to say in the 50s or 60s, the school district was given the entire parcel. The 70s or the 80s, the school district went back to joint ownership. And they rewrote a maintenance agreement at that time, basically. And I'm paraphrasing that the school district would be responsible for the maintenance of the facilities and so forth up there. But I think anytime we're dealing with something like this, obviously the city needs to be made aware of it. But I want to say essentially since at least like the 90s, 2000s, all the improvements have been on the school district's dime. And in accordance with the city's policies, be it building permits. I know they replaced the roof on the comfort station a few years back.
Yes.
The city did, city paid for that?
No, that was.
I think it's-
Okay, school district did, okay,
But the city was aware of that
Yeah.
because I was involved.
yeah, yeah.
So I know with gentlemen that engineer for the planning commission, we thoroughly went through
Oh, Jerome.
as best we could with the information of the city gave that portion of the property to the school district and then the transfer of that back and reworking of maintenance language. So Jerome Shrinkowski from
Yes.
Hawk Valley, we reviewed that with him and Mr. Kroll when we did the turf and renovated that
Oh,
eastern
okay.
bank of the pit field.
Okay,
So that pretty much from the tennis courts over to the school district or the high school, that is the piece that's co-owned
and
by
maintain
both
it.
entities.
Okay.
And this isn't required to be reviewed by any other boards, not a planning or zoning issue.
Or some,
Right.
or zoning, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
so you have
Yeah.
to before.
We got a waiver on with the planning commission.
Oh,
and
okay.
We went to them on the site development
Okay.
aspect of it. We still have to put our building permits in for approval.
Sure,
But
yeah,
I've got to get past here to understand exactly
Right.
what will be
Yep.
required.
yep, okay.
Yeah,
Just to make sure.
that's my only hesitation is that the Public Works is fully aware of what the project is, which I can help
Right.
with, of course.
Right, yeah, when we had the one stop, Jay and Jeremy, fire marshal, they were training
Oh,
in
okay.
Harrisburg.
Yes,
So-
I was there, yes, you're
And it was
right.
kind of a disjointed following up with them, so
Okay,
depending what happens tonight, we're hoping to submit for permits. Probably the beginning of the year, thereabouts.
yeah, I would say so, it's just the city, and I don't know if who is ultimately responsible for approving it at the city, but I just wanna make sure that that is done correctly, but yeah, the HARB can.
Yeah, yeah, I mean, we review things all the time,
Yeah.
so, yeah.
But I can help with that, no problem.
Okay.
Sorry about the disjointedness.
I'm still not sure that I understand how that whole meeting is
Yeah.
presented. I just know both the city and the school district own the property. And I think it's been more of a courtesy of, hey, we're spending the money to do the upgrades. As far as I know, certainly anything in the recent past, there have been no issues. The city's been cooperative. Obviously, we need to do our due diligence to comply with zoning and building codes.
And the public works director did say that the pavilion is not used by the city, they don't rent it out or anything like that, and he himself was unsure of where the line is, but what you said explains a lot, so, thank you.
Just so the board remembers, this is a conservation district. The executive committee noted that, the structure is not highly visible and that the enclosure of the structure may be found appropriate given the fact that the pavilion's original support columns will remain in place.
Do we have an estimated age of this pavilion?
I'm guessing it probably goes back to the gazebos and it's.
Well, the gazebos went back to the turn of time, the
Yeah.
1890s. I mean, that's pretty old.
It's that old.
Yeah.
I'd say thirties or forties.
Yeah, that's what my guess,
Yeah.
yeah.
Based on the age of the comfort station.
And the
they
gazebos
assume
should be
it's-
built also, so they built it. So,
Cause there apparently was a. Well, there's old quake pits up there, we're tearing the concrete slab out, or. But it was a horseshoe pits up above there, so it was a,
I played tennis up there for about 45 years and I can't ever remember seeing that thing ever used. Yeah, I've never been there at nighttime, so.
well, we can see it's used at nighttime, but
Okay.
I thought that used it.
So the footers that are on these columns are not gonna get in the way for putting garage doors in?
No,
What I'm looking at, it looks like they're gonna build over them, I guess.
Build around them,
Yeah.
and I'll dig in, do foundation walls, and if we interfere with those, we would pin into the footing so that they're not disturbed.
Mm-hmm.
They're beasts of columns, and I don't wanna throw them away if they're functioning well, so.
Yeah. Looks like there's a tongue and roof on the inside, is that gonna be maintained, altered?
You're talking about the sheathing,
Yeah.
yeah, underneath, you can see there's already been some plywood.
Yes.
We're gonna tear that out, and I think there's a lot of rot close to the gutter areas down on the lower portions of that, so we're probably just gonna go with the conventional sheathing.
Okay,
Plywood roof sheathing or OSB.
and this is like right next to the field that's down the road, is that correct?
Correct.
Okay. That field is pretty incredible too, then, all the stonework around it too.
Are there asphalt shingles on the roof right now?
I believe so.
It looks like asphalt. I wanted to make sure it wasn't slate.
So on the north side, there's a lot of moss buildup. on
Okay,
it. That's
okay.
where most
On
of
the mountain side, you mean,
material-
yeah, oh yeah, there's no,
Asphalt and
no
moss,
sun gets back
yes.
there.
And moisture.
Yeah,
Yeah, well, one goes more from this.
So at the executive committee, we talked about the garage doors being on the east
the mountain
side, yeah, mountain side.
Yeah,
We also talked about, the vertical metal siding. That it may be preferable, to the proposed hardy panel vertical siding. As, the textured metal panels may be more appropriate designing than the proposed board and bat,
yeah.
which I had to look that up. Hardy panel vertical siding.
Did you look at any horizontal siding? Did you ever? Why the vertical? Like, why the more than that? Curious.
My personal opinion is you put the horizontal lines in, it makes it look more low and squat.
Okay,
Yeah,
Not to mention that it's gonna trap more dirt, whereas the
Mhm.
vertical siding, it will shed and
Yeah.
clean itself
Yeah.
better.
okay.
I'm probably thinking that this pavilion is probably the same age as the comfort station, actually.
Wouldn't be surprised.
I would remember that, yeah.
Which dates when? Brent, which day?
Mid-20s.
Yeah, okay.
Cause that was put in around the same time as the one that was put in City Park. So those kind of coincided with each other, same time frame.
Yeah, and although architecturally, there's nothing like redeeming, we're glad that at least the columns will be preserved should it have to be returned to an open state. I think, that's aside from the roof, the columns are really the only other kind of featurable side of things, yeah. We didn't talk about this executive committee, sometimes our board gets a little funny about gutters, would you consider a half round instead of a K? Like, is there a preference, why a K versus a half round?
It's less expensive.
Okay,
I got my spending taxpayer dollar
Okay.
hat on with the school district.
okay,
And.
is it a
this-
significant difference between?
And the seamless gutter, We
Okay,
can run that out a lot easier. with
Okay.
Endless gutter
Yeah,
machine than they
kind of
can
on
with
site.
a half round.
yeah,
And once you get the seams, lap joints,
Mhm.
potential leakers in time,
Mm-hmm.
so. I don't have an issue personally, I would
Okay.
agree, yeah, the half round would look better.
yeah,
I'm just functionally what's gonna be
Okay.
cost competitive
Okay.
for taxpayers.
sure,
And if I was down on Hampton Boulevard and I
I
could
know,
stay,
you're not gonna
I
see
don't-
it. Yeah, it's way back there, I understand that, that's why I think we can. Have a little flexibility in the choice of our materials, because although visible from above right away, it's not highly visible,
Right.
so there's a little flexibility there.
What is gonna be stored inside it?
they're gonna have some equipment, I think they'll probably seasonally move snow removal equipment and so forth out, and around there, so I know facilities is a principal user. We had discussed if athletics was gonna try to use it because of the field that's right there behind the high school, that's not the plan right now. And that's why there's 3 bays, if they ever wanted to partition it off, they could put partition walls inside to have separate keys and access in there, but right now it's just an open plan.
The reason I was asking this because of, well, where the garage doors are gonna be, is that gonna be necessary to have truck access to get in there, or is it just more just drive up to?
On the back side, we are expanding toward the mount a little bit with paved area,
Yeah,
so that they can
back
pull in there, but it's probably nothing more than a pickup. I'm not gonna get a tractor trailer or
Yeah,
box
well, yeah,
truck up
yeah,
there.
yeah,
Yeah,
no, you wouldn't be able to-
maybe a small dump truck gets
Yeah,
up there.
okay. All right, that's fair enough. I can see you right for the spring house too, so. Looking straight at it. Sure. Spring house.
It's back, yeah.
Yeah, it's on
And
to
north.
the, right,
Mm-hmm.
it's south of the spring house.
Between there and the next marsh.
Any other questions, concerns? I misspoke, it was the avocado.
We will make sure that you're amenable. I think the only thing in the executive committee that I followed up with Ms. Johnson was I prefer to go more to a medium gray on the roof. I don't like black or dark colors because they soak more heat and I get more movement in the panels. And you tend to get leaks a little bit faster, so we will work to come up with a color scheme that's acceptable to her and HARB and the school district.
We make recommendations, but Ms. Johnson can do that at staff level. Alright,
And then your snow guard system is just that long
Snow
channel kind of-
fence,
Yeah, okay,
I just find that it's more durable, the snow guards clip on, it'll fasten into the rib, but it's gonna be a continuous
Mhm.
snow rail, snow
Mhm.
fence system.
did you wanna add anything? Okay, here.
He was gonna be, I hadn't been in front of HARB and so I'm double scheduled tonight, so.
You have to say something.
Just here for the experience. So next time we say your experience, you can go in the room.
does the board have any exceptions to the gutters, I mean, to the gutter or the ice system, okay. And then just flat panel all corridors? Or-
Right,
Yep,
flush hollow.
Yep. And no glass in the garage doors, no,
No,
just panel, horizontal panel. Do you wanna decide, do you wanna give some color guidance, or do you wanna decide the site maybe?
Well, I
If we say
did give
green
them
or-
the executive committee's comments about using green.
Yeah, but I don't mind the green, they can, it's just, if,
So
if
we,
the applicant wants a lighter color for the, for the roof.
we said tan color for the doors,
Oh, yeah.
avocado for the sides and all the for the roof,
to
Be
the
black or dark
medium
gray,
and that's where I
yeah.
push it back a little bit, I prefer a lighter color just so we don't take, I don't
I
want
get it.
white. Cause they choose all
Yeah.
the dirt and I don't want black because.
We don't want white either.
And then we'll have to, we were figuring a complementary trim on the corner trim. Downspouts, gutters would probably be all the same accent color. But my thought is we're gonna include a basic mock-up of the roof gutter panels that we can review with the proposed colors that we can sign off, so. I don't wanna build it and find out, I don't like that green, so. And that's just the risk of having multiple manufacturers and I don't know if I'm gonna get the same coil coater that does it for AB Mart or somebody else, but, who knows?
The board okay with these color, I think these are the ones we're proposing, avocado for the body. And then this tan for the doors, right? Tan for the doors.
fine.
Initially, I had gone with black and red to the district, and they were, no, we want it to disappear. I was like,
Okay, all right.
Yeah,
That
we said,
too.
Not
Yeah.
everything has to be black.
Right.
Well, we were initially thinking they were
Yeah.
using it for the sports in the field, but
Oh.
they're not in there.
Yeah.
They just kind of went into disappear.
We're just thinking about when the leaves fall and
Yep.
it's like wide open up there.
I believe the district said they didn't want black because that's like a graffiti magnet.
Yeah.
Or
Yeah.
Okay,
that'll make a nice background.
Because we have mood lighting here, it's a little hard to tell if this computer is warm or cool, but it looks like a
Right now,
warmish,
sure.
right, you know, yeah. I'll make a motion unless there's any more discussion.
I would rather, you can do the motion just when it comes to the roof, leave the color out
Okay,
because.
I could just do a range, like a medium range
Yeah.
or something, and then that can be approved on site,
Yeah,
yeah, okay, alright. Do you want me to be specific about the body and trim color though? I mean, the body and body and the door color? Alright, I will, okay, alright. So I moved into COA for 1001 Hampton Boulevard. For the enclosure of the existing pavilion at the southeast corner of Hampton Park. As proposed, with the ensuring that the installation of the doors are on the mountainside, east side, I guess, right, is that what that is? And the body of the building to be in avocado green or something comparable, which Amy, if it is a different manufacturer, Amy should approve that on site, and then as well, that would apply to the doors, which were advised being tan. And then the roof color can be approved on site, of medium shade, something that's complementary to the existing, to the colors of the body and the doors as well.
And just state that it is the metal siding that you're.
Yes, right, yep, sorry, yep, so the metal siding as proposed either through this AVM panel, is that what that is? Or for a comparable manufacturer of the same material for both the roof and for the enclosure size of the building. Oh. That's my proposal. I'll second it.
Okay. Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt,
yes,
Ms. Weller,
Yes,
Mr. Polachek.
Yes.
Thank you.
thank you
Very
very
much.
much.
Very much.
Have a good evening. Oh, I don't like. I don't past it then. The gold,
Have a good night.
I mean, it's not through. That was up, I think it's metallic, yeah.
Alright, thank you. Good night.
Good night.
can I,
All right, next on the agenda. How do we want to, what's that?
Should you just go by the one, what is that what you mean?
Yeah. 42 South West Street. Yep.
This is 42 South Fifth Street. The historical integrity of this colonial revival structure has remained substantially intact and features a brick facade with a simple cornice and a broken pediment door, surrounded with multi-pane side lights on either side of the entrance door. The structure received a composite index rating of 66 and is a contributing site in the Callawville Historic District. And tonight we are doing conceptual review for the construction of a one-story addition at the rear eastern facade. And the Secretary of the Interior standards that apply to this project are numbers 2, 5, 6, and 9, of which I did read earlier, but also number 10. New additions and adjacent or related new construction shall be undertaken in such a manner that if removed in the future, the essential form and integrity of the historic property and its environment would be unimpaired. That's all I have. If you'd like to explain.
Sure, so 42 South Fifth Street had been. I believe it was a large single-family residence in the late 1880s. Sometime in the 1960s, it was converted over to an office building. The interior of the building was divided up into small offices. At that time, there was an addition put on the back of the building. I believe the whole porch I believe it had a porch that was torn off at that time, and then the whole addition was put on the back. We bought that building because we could not get proper access to restore the north side of the Elks Club, Trexler Mansion next door. So we bought that building, tore off the addition that had been put on, and we're restoring that building at the same time we're doing the Elks Club. We're looking to rebuild or create a porch that was there, except originally it would have been a porch that was an open air porch, because nobody will use an open air porch there. We're looking to enclose it. We actually would like to salvage the stained glass from the church at 123 North Sixth Street, and move that down there to have the porch enclosed in stained glass so that it can be used with the interior use of the property. The whole first floor is being restored. We pulled off the 60s wood paneling, fake wood paneling on all the walls. We uncovered the original 2 white marble fireplaces, and we'd like to have a walkout area from the main reception area in there that has 2 marble fireplaces. There was a door at one time that led from there to the porch. We want to put that door back on and have an enclosed porch so we can use all of that for events. This would be a bed and breakfast. So obviously, if we would replace it with all open air, wouldn't be used. If we replaced it with regular glass, nobody would want to hang out there and look at the back mechanicals or whatever from the Trexler Mansion. So stained glass seems to be the proper thing to put there. I understand it's not the most historic for the building, but it will save at a considerable cost to us. The beautiful stained glass that was damaged during the ice storm that we spoke about at 123, the church at 123 North 6th, and they do fit in there pretty well to give us a nice size porch.
How do you know?
Because we've been in there and measured it all up. And I believe you've got photos of the stained glass
Yeah,
along
it's
with
kinda-
measurements.
A little confused where this was until you just explained it, like, oh, okay.
We don't, so we got comments back asking for details for the window framing and stuff. Because we haven't removed them yet, we haven't been able to really finalize the details on that. I did talk to the architect. He's going back out again to see what he can kind of come up with, although there might be some like variation when we actually.
So this is from the rear of 123 North 6th, is that correct?
This.
It is stained glass.
No, it's from the north and south side of the building.
Oh, okay,
So, not the rear.
okay,
The rear's in much worse condition.
thanks.
I don't know if the rears, we're gonna have the artifacts back out there. I don't know if we can salvage the rear.
Yeah, I remember that at the church tour a couple years ago. And I was just amazed, it's just, that was apparently the original church that was built there.
That was the original church.
And then the second one was built in front.
Correct.
Yeah, so I never realized that, as much as I've been around that property, I never really saw. And put 2 and 2 together, so I was actually walking the
A
building.
lot of the glass on the rear side that you're talking about isn't stained, it's painted. And once the paint wears
Mhm.
off, or fades. You can't really get it back.
So the only question, since we're talking about a different property, the only question I have about that is you're taking that out, what are you gonna put in there?
So again, we will be keeping, the plan is to keep the brownstone portion of the building, which is the front 20 feet.
Yeah.
And we're planning on building a new building behind that.
That's what the proposal is, the construction of a 1-story addition and then.
He's talking about.
Yeah, I was
building.
just off the
We're
record.
talking about the church.
I was just off the record.
Stay on point.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah, sorry.
so Amy, what do you think this building dates to? And how would you describe the architectural style? Cause it's screaming colonial right now, I just don't
Yes,
know
that's-
this, is that the style?
That is the style,
Okay.
colonial revival.
Colonial revival, okay,
I
alright.
will say the windows on the front of the building that are there now, the cutouts for those windows are not original, because when we pulled the paneling off the wall inside, you can see that the first floor windows were considerably larger.
I can.
Oh, taller.
I can see on the
Yeah,
front
There's
too,
strange
there's a-
spacing there,
There's
yeah,
a discoloration of the brick, you can see,
yeah,
and kind of a slight change in the brick
right,
above those windows.
yes.
Yeah, I would agree with that.
Can you talk a little bit about we just saw a small. Drawing of is there a particular brick pattern that you're also suggesting?
No, we're actually gonna do away with all of, because of the stained glass, and I haven't got maybe the updated ones, because of the stained glass being all ornate. Originally, it was plain frosted glass with ornamental brick, but now we're going with plain brick and the stained.
So just plain brick, okay. Just laid in a standard like running bond course, just looking really standard, okay, cause I think that's. The committee was struggling with both those elements, it's kind of like, you know, blue eyeshadow and red lipstick, they didn't really work together, you know what I mean, yeah. So you gotta pick a feature and kind of roll with it, so,
Amy requested those the same day I got them back.
Okay,
So
okay.
I didn't have a chance to
Okay.
make the comments and get them updated.
so at least we're focusing on like one feature. I am struggling though with not so much that you're salvaging it, I think it's, hey, you're talking to like the original OG salvagers here, so like we're all about saving material and reusing it, particularly where it's appropriate, but I'm honestly struggling with the use of stained glass. I understand from the inside, it's more functional because you can enjoy the inside of the space, you're not, look, there's no view there, I understand that. But stained glass in a colonial building, I mean, there's leaded glass, there's other types of ways to manage clear glass, but I'm struggling with the stained glass. It's beautiful, it's amazing, I don't believe that it's appropriate to be used here, just as we look at what additions and what enclosures mean when you're adding on to a historic building, and the fact that, yes, they can be differentiated, but they still need to be sensitive to the architecture that's there, and I feel like it's, although it may be beautiful, it's too different and too, we'll say, dissonant from the era and style of the building. I know it is in the rear, it's not like, you know, put stained glass in the front, which,
And
yeah, I think you
no
probably,
visibility.
right,
Really at
yeah,
all, except the little bit in the parking lot.
yeah,
Well, I mean, the whole big side is stained glass, is
Yeah.
facing the north
Yeah.
side of the Elks Club, there's.
I don't know, how's the rest of the board feel about all that stained glass?
I agree, pictures.
Mhm. Would you consider like maybe a feature stained glass window, not all of them stained glass? I don't know, to me, it's just like so liturgical on I don't know, I've already stated my position, I just don't
You
think
know
it's
what we
gonna be.
originally proposed, which is just the whole thing frosted or whatever.
Yeah.
Plain glass, it's just, when we measured these and saw that they would fit
Yeah.
height wise in there, we took off
Right,
we're like, this is our chance to save these,
Mhm.
You know, if we don't put them here. Then, yeah, it would be up to the artifacts bank to come up with a cost removal
Mhm.
and that kind of stuff. You know, I just hate for that to be lost when we're willing to. You know,
Christ Episcopal have a backlit one on their second floor that they maintained, and that was kind of an interesting treatment that they do. Where it's an enclosed space, but they maintained their stained glass and kind of backlit it. You know, so that
Mhm.
like you had the presence of the inside of the space
Yeah.
without actually having it be on the exterior of the building.
Yeah. Oh, I see,
Yeah, it was an interior thing only,
Mhm.
so that you could still get those moments inside that room. I do think that when you go into that room, if this wall is blank and I've got two that are fully stained glass, it's giving me airport chapel vibes,
Mhm.
right? Where we
Yeah.
have it all and it's boxed.
Yeah,
So like,
yeah.
I hear what you're saying about
Yeah.
like one or two for
Yeah,
cadence,
yeah.
instead of like having it be all
Yeah.
fully like a square, especially with the arch patterns,
Right,
you know? So anyway,
we're
this one.
not saving the arch patterns. Because we don't have the height on those.
Okay, so you're cutting that off.
So, yeah, so there's 2 or 3 pieces that are rectangular that stack that we're safe, and the arches we can't save, they're too high. It is just the south wall of the porch, porch, and I believe there's one on the west wall facing the parking lot. I don't have the right.
Yeah, so there's one on the side and then all these on
Right.
this space.
So
But again, you could enclose that, you know, I don't know.
Well, so I think I provided photos of the actual site, but it's not
Yeah.
very wide.
They all got the, and they all have the plan on their seat.
More like a sun porch type of thing.
It's an enclosed.
It'd be heated,
Yeah.
What's that?
basically be heated, okay, that'd be functional space.
Oh, yeah, yeah, and
You're
you
right.
can see, there's a double door set that goes to the main, I don't know, reception ballroom area that I was talking about, the 2 white marble fireplaces. So it is usable space, even though it is, I don't know, 8.5 feet wide, 8 feet wide, it's not very wide, but it is long. It was an original narrow porch area.
So do you really think it would be more like a pass through? 8 feet is very wide, but chairs or anything along there?
We expect that because again, if you look at the photos of the existing building with the cutouts, we've got the kitchen and the dining area in the main building. And the one kitchen window, we're planning on keeping that as a serving window out here. So the idea would be to have a caterer there,
Mhm.
and this would just be kind of a walk-through mixing area with no furniture.
Mhm.
So you'd walk back and forth through here, picking up the food from the kitchen area, and going back into the main area with the 2 white marble fireplaces.
Is this, do we make a motion on consumption reviews? Or no, typically, it's more
Not
conversations, okay.
Okay.
I maintain my position that it's noble that you wanna salvage these windows. Just because they fit, it's not the reason to use them there. I think the overarching idea is to try to find something that's appropriate. I'm not opposed to using some stained glass windows, just not in the density that you're proposing. And I just don't believe that degree of stained glass, although maybe the experience inside would be lovely. We're here to review the exterior alterations, and I don't believe that it's in keeping with our policies or our Secretary of Interior standards for additions or enclosures. I would be, this is me, as a board, we have to decide what direction we want to give you as you start to firm up your plans, start getting more detailed architectural drawings. Use of 1 or 2 perhaps feature windows, and just really make that the feature, backlight it, whatever you want to do. But my position is that it's just too many windows, so. I would actually rather see a decorative brick than a stained glass, so that's an option, maybe to consider your detail back into the brick versus all the feature in the stained glass, but I would not do both. I wouldn't even do one with a decorative brick. I do a decorative brick with simple windows, divided light glass windows. Or something simple with 1 or 2 feature stained glass windows. That's my position on it. I don't know if everybody else, I know Suzanne and Peter.
Yeah.
Are largely in agreement with regular. Like. There's no vote,
Right.
we just wanna make sure that you're clear on, so that you come back and you have a productive review, and there's no.
So you're saying
Surprises.
not necessarily, maybe like it have 1 or 2 stained
Yeah.
glass, but not the
No.
whole bank. Yeah, okay, I understand.
Not
Yeah.
like
Like
8 or
less
10.
is more.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Make it more highlights, not
right,
overwhelming with the whole
Yeah.
thing, yeah.
that's 1, 2, 3, 4.
You don't wanna make that south wall brick walls.
I don't really think so.
Like, you're gonna build a wall, or the porch is gonna be here,
Correct,
okay? This is where your wall is that's gonna have,
correct, that's where
where you're
the,
gonna put the stained glass,
correct.
but you don't wanna build a brick wall there. You're trying to maintain or keep it as open area and light as possible.
Correct. I mean, originally there was a porch there in the
Yep.
80s or 90s, so I'm trying to not enclosed all the time.
What about skylights on the sun porch? What about daylight harvesting that way from above?
It's a possibility.
Cause then if you did that, I'm into this hallway that you're talking about, I'm thinking like you could do a really cool living wall inside there, right? With like all of this great greenery that's, you know, climbing on the inside of your, this would also be a really great experience. And also add a couple of pieces of the stained glass, one or two. You know,
Is this gonna be used as a, like a rear entry at all, like off the parking lot through that to get to,
I don't think so.
not at all, okay.
Closed area.
Would it be possible when you do a more final submission to just show a simple site plan, just to show how this porch is integrating with the existing structure?
Sure.
I think that would be helpful.
Good.
Should we move on to the next? Number 4.
Yeah. Did you have any questions, Mr. Sherman? No, okay, I think we're good.
All right, the next one is 46 South Fish Street. Conceptual review of the proposal for the installation of a bronze elk structure at the front facade. Excuse me.
This structure was built in 1869 as the residence of Horatio Trexler, local industrialists. The building was purchased by the Elks Lodge of Reading in 1904, and an addition was built in 1909, expanding the mansion to the west of the original building. Constructed in the Second Empire style, the structure's historical integrity remains substantially intact and features a brick facade with stone quoins and belt horses, a concave mansard roof, iron cresting along the building's third floor roof line, a wood bracketed cornice, and arched wood windows with keystone window hoods. The main entrance to the building along the southern facade retains original hardware from the time of the Elks' ownership. The structure received a site quality rating of 114 and is an outstanding contributing site in the Callowville Historic District. And tonight we are reviewing the proposal for the installation, or I'm sorry, conceptual review of a proposal for the installation of a bronze elk structure at the front facade. And the Secretary of the Interior standards that apply to this is number 2, of which I read earlier. Like to explain.
Sure, so I think everybody knows we are in a multi-year restoration of the Trexler Mansion. I'll refer to it as the Elks Club because we do have National Park Service approval to restore it back to its 1908 condition, which is when it was converted over to the Elks Lodge. In 1908, when it was converted to the Elks Lodge, it had a bronze elk put out front. That elk was removed, I believe, sometime in the 60s or 70s. The foundation pad is still there. The original type elk is no longer made by the Elks Society. They have a new bronze statue, same size, but with a different look to it. You only have certain times when you can get those made. The last time they had those cast, we purchased one and it is sitting in a giant crate at 600 Penn Street, and we want to install it next summer when we finish the building. So it's the same size. It is kind of the same look. I believe the elk that originally there, its head's lower. This one, the head is looking up. Other than that's the same material, bronze.
Building on the same pad, the other one said.
Same exact pad, same location for uplighting. We've already run that. Everything's the same. The elk is literally as close as we can get to the original. We don't have the original to do a casting of. So
So you bought it already.
So, yeah, we have to get it when they do the castings or wait 5 years or whatever to get the next casting.
And let me ask you, I heard what you said about the other elves. This is what they use? Is that what you're telling me?
So that's
We're
what I'm
telling-
told, this is the standard for
Okay.
Elks
So-
Lodges now.
Other elk lodges have the same route, okay. Interesting. Yeah,
No,
Unless they have the old
Yeah.
one. But.
you
that's-
do?
Unless they do, but
Oh,
that's not,
oh,
that's
oh,
not.
you said, yeah. I was gonna say. Does anybody know what happened to the old one?
I thought it actually made its way to 13 at Hampton Boulevard briefly.
Or
Hampton, where?
Well, where they,
Where?
well, yeah, up on Hampton Boulevard.
or
that's
that
what-
bar?
I'm sorry.
Oh, where the Elks Lodge was.
But,
Got
yes,
it, got it.
correct,
Oh,
correct.
yeah.
There's a
I've seen
bar
that.
there, I think.
Oh, yeah, it's a brewery.
Yeah, well, it has long since been removed, I do know that, but I kind of remember it
Maybe
was
it
briefly there like in the
Okay.
eighties, I think it was
Oh.
there when it's. I think there were, I have some family photos of the bicentennial parade in '76, I think it was still there on the property at that point, so.
Rick, I'm
yes.
gonna put you in charge to find out where the elk is.
There's an article in the Berks History magazine. With
Yeah.
the history of
Yeah.
it and how it disappeared in the '70s.
Yeah. Well, I think when it moved from there, I think I could be wrong about being up on Hampton Boulevard. But I do remember, I do know I had seen some family photos of the bicentennial parade that went down South Fifth Street in '76, and it was there yet at that. So it was definitely there. By the end of the '70s, they had moved out of there already at that point, they had moved up to Hampton Boulevard. And I think it might have had a little bit of a life up there, but not long. And it's just like, where's the third line of the Historical Society's front? You know, there were three of them actually at the Farmers National Bank, you know, now there's only two. The third one was out in Spring Townships, right, or something like that. But anyway, yeah, I think it did have a short life, you know, but
So this is the sculpture that you bought, this exact one?
That exactly.
Okay.
and how often do they cast them?
5 years.
They don't, it's whenever they get enough orders.
could be 10 years if it's
Yeah.
done. Yeah, that is certainly a strike while the iron's hot. Don't waste time with it.
Yeah, definitely to have it there. They'll get put in then.
Yeah.
Never get put in.
And the size you said to the original one?
It's the original size.
Oh, it's the original
I think
size.
it's 9 feet tall with the
Oh,
antlers,
okay.
8.5, 9 feet tall.
Is that not so much one? Yeah.
Yeah, but that's different, like position.
So I just have to ask, if I had Elks Lodge and I went to the Elks Lodge Society to buy my bronze statue, this is what I get.
So that is what I'm told, I'm not a
Okay.
sludge member.
How did you get it if it's not an elk lodge? I mean, that's sweet.
So, because I got a hold of the bronze company that they said they use and.
Oh.
And said, listen, how do I get one of these? And he's like, they're like, well, we're. Have a pour or whatever, and we can, I'm like, okay.
So anybody could go and get them, even if they don't have an elk lodge.
I think so.
Okay, I guess it's the poor part I don't really understand, because this website is poor man's bronze something or other, so. It's sorry, it just seems a little fishy to me, so it's just explain a little bit the poor man's thing.
So
Again.
that's the,
That's the name of the website that you
that's
get
the
elks,
bronze site.
okay. I'm surprised, I'll be honest with you, it's as crude as it is, like I would have expected it to be a little bit more refined, but what do I know about Westwatch, I don't know. I don't like it, but if that's what you bought and that's the official brand, you're telling us that's the official brand,
That's
okay,
I mean, again, I'm not an Elks Lodge member, and I don't
Okay.
think that, my understanding was that the Elks Lodges generally don't have the same kind of funds they had
Hmm.
100 years ago.
okay, okay,
I mean, back when they were building Elks Lodges like
Yeah.
that,
yeah,
there was really unlimited funds for.
I'm sure, yeah, there's a quality, yeah, it's a different time these days, yep.
And hundreds of members contributing.
Yeah,
It is just different, yeah,
Different
different way of
times.
life, yeah, yeah.
and we did do extensive online searching to try to find one that maybe would be sold, was from an Elks Lodge
Oh,
being.
yeah.
Yeah,
But I think they go from one Elks Lodge to another and never get put up for sale.
Yeah, like. if
Well,
there's
they
any
consider
salvage.
most likely submit the same fate as the city park elk,
What they are, yes.
which got melted down, I guess.
I like this headline, Lancaster Elks Lodge mascot is really a white-tailed deer.
Wow.
Lancaster Online.
And we have been in contact with some of the members from the Elks Lodge that is, it's 115, I think it's down in Pottstown area now, but it's the same lodge. Actually, when we acquired the building, they dropped off copies of the original 1908 and then 1912 plans to the office, so, you know, the back bar inside that was destroyed, we can recreate using the original plans and some of the other things, so, you know, we have been trying to work with some of the Elks Lodges as much as possible, restoring the building.
Now, I myself don't have any problem with it, so. Is he standing on a lot of the piling like the old one did? Does it look like he was standing on a pile?
Yeah, I think it's a bronze pile.
Yeah.
Rocks or something like that.
Yeah, I don't really have no problem with what you got. Yeah, I think it looks fine. You're never gonna replicate exactly what was there. And you went back to the sources to where you got it from, so I mean, you gotta give credit where credit's due there for that. That is my opinion. What makes those this?
Most of those were stolen. We have one of those.
Wow. I got a picture of that shortly before they all kind of disappeared.
The prior owner left the property unsecured for about 2 years. All of those were removed except the one on the south door that had.
It was
a
around
driveway.
2016, the exact. I remember shortly after they were all gone.
Okay, what else? We have one of the original light fixtures from the hallways, that was boarded over, it could be removed. We do have the 3 original small chandeliers from the main ballroom that just got shipped back to us from being restored. They
Mm.
were so high that no one could get to them.
Any other questions, concerns? Alright. We're on to 600 Penn Street.
This is gonna be continued until the December.
Well, conceptual, it says
No,
46 South Fifth Street.
okay, sorry.
We can,
Wait, that's it.
I didn't know if the board was changing its mind, that's.
Or
Is
if we
the
have
board
to keep
changing-
this to have a vote, is that what you're saying?
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
It's up to you guys.
I'm willing to make it a motion to approve it if someone else would like to second it.
I would second it.
So then I'll make an official movement for
Wait. Are you gonna put lighting on it?
It will be uplit like the original one. There was conduit run underground.
Is that in your application for the statute?
No,
It
the
is
light.
not. We will be coming back in for lighting approvals on the whole Elks Club,
Okay,
so we can include it at that time.
okay. Is the board okay with that?
Yeah, I'm fine with that. So may I move forward?
Yes.
Okay, I move to approve the COA for 46 South Fifth Street for the installation of the elk. As proposed, the bronze elk structure as proposed on the front facade.
Mr. McDevitt, you're seconding.
I'll second it.
Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Ms. Fowler,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt,
That's,
Mr. Baltic,
Yes.
you could put the L.
you could just do the elk again.
Yeah, I guess you have to have it trucked over there, right? With a crane?
300 pounds,
Oh, is it? I thought it would be way more than that.
about 300.
Okay, next one. 600 Pet Street.
This contemporary building, completed in 1996, replaced the Pomeroy department store which existed on the site from 1876 to 1995. 4 stories in height, the structure features a brick facade with a first floor recessed arcade on the northern and western facades. Certain architectural elements found on the former Pomeroy's building have been replicated and incorporated in the facade design of the new structure. Examples include columns integrated into the top floor facade and terracotta panels featured on the face of the arcade columns. And tonight we are reviewing the proposal for the alteration of the first floor western facade to include the construction of an entrance door, railing and steps to match an existing entrance door and railing located at the first floor northern facade of the building. And the Secretary of the Interior standards that apply to this project are numbers 2, 5, and 9, of which I read earlier. Explain.
Sure, so 600 Penn Street, the originally built as the Meridian headquarters building, was a single tenant occupied building. It is now a multi-tenant building. It has a restaurant on the first floor, which already got approval years ago and had a doorway put in. We now have a tenant moving in on the west side of the building and want to replicate the door that was put on the north side for the retail tenant moving in on the west side. So it will not impact any of the replicated Pomeroy's features. And will exactly match, take elevation into account, the door put in on the north side, as far as color, size, all those things.
And it's hard to tell from the site plan exactly where the doorway, like from the, well, from the elevation view. But is it going to be installed, like, I mean, this is only from one view, but
It's
the
kind of-
column?
It's kind of back behind that column.
Okay, that's what I thought. Do you have another?
It's not that visible from the street,
That'd be a little off Sixth Street.
along street. Correct.
The executive committee did not have any issues with.
I struggle to find those Pomeroy features in that photo.
Yeah, where are they?
Yeah, right.
They're on the back side of those
Backside of the
columns.
Oh, are they?
I saw those columns in
Yeah.
the courtyard in the
Yes.
back.
What is the
There's also columns in the main block.
Take a picture. It's a neat,
Okay.
pretty decorative, like, vegetation design.
Oh, really?
Yeah,
Okay.
it's pretty
In the brick
like
or are
this.
they panels?
Oh, no, they're like concrete, cast
Okay,
concrete
cast.
panel,
Yeah.
yeah,
Okay,
they're pretty large.
how many columns are there?
Well, oh, here's
I
an
mean,
example.
are they on most of the columns? or-
It's all of them.
Oh, I see, okay, so like an inset panels.
Yes.
Okay, got it.
Just can't see it from the street.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
Oh,
put
okay.
them on the street side.
Yeah, that's kind of a long size, man.
Yeah,
Barb improved it, right?
Yeah, nobody was here though. I don't think
Yeah.
anybody was here now.
Yeah, I wasn't
Heard that.
We would have absolutely insisted to be on the other side.
so yeah, this is,
Larry must have changed the building, right?
Do you have tenants in there?
right, so,
I think that-
yeah.
Are there tenants in there now?
But you
Well,
have the same
first
panels
floor,
on
well-
every single column, the backside of every single
Very good.
column, all along.
Did anybody move in
That's
the
true.
restaurant?
We had a restaurant tenant in,
I
It's the
remember.
other
it's a
side.
good fit, so we actually have 2 tenants, I think.
I would be
in the
curious
virtual
to find
that
that
space.
was my original.
Chinese places.
Oh,
I see.
really?
People go there to, well, just.
Really? Oh, wow. Nice. I don't have any exceptions to the application. Anybody else?
Nor do I.
I
Make a motion.
Sure. Yeah, I'll make a motion.
Okay, I can make a motion to,
Okay, you make a motion. Oh, I thought you said you asked me, but no, you go for it, Mike, yeah, all yours.
make a motion to, issue a COA, for 600 Penn Street for the installation of a entrance door on the west side of the building. Be similar to what is depicted in the pictures of the other entrance door, which would be on the north side, right? Okay.
I'll second that motion.
Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Ms. Weller,
Yes.
Mr. Pontiga,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt.
Yes.
Thank you.
All right, thank you very much.
That's it.
Yep, that's it.
You're free to move about the cabinet.
You love it, right?
All right, thank you later, have a good evening.
Have a good night, Tom.
Thank you.
Did everybody have time to look over the application, excuse me, approved by staff?
I notice, you have 401 Douglas on there.
Yes.
Divine, is he
Yeah.
aware that third floor window at the top is about ready to fall apart?
He is,
Uh,
and he got approval to fix that. I don't know why it was not.
I just,
He just got. or
but I
hasn't
make a
gotten it,
mention of
so-
it because it looked like it's ready to fall apart
Yes,
in
no,
many pieces very soon.
yeah, I forget who's doing the work, but yeah, I approved it a few months ago.
Someone want to make a motion to approve those?
I'll make a motion to approve them.
I'll second.
Ms. Cody,
Yes.
Mr. McDevitt,
Yes.
Ms. Weller,
Yes.
Mr. Pontiga.
Yes.
Alright. Oh. There any want to report from the other business?
I do not.
Review of previous part of resolutions by staff, well, that's what I just asked. Education outreach.
I don't think that's quite the same thing, no, those are like, no, those are the resolutions that we
Oh.
used to do as a
Yes.
board, remember? Those are like
Oh.
previous resolutions to
Yeah.
ensure that the work has been done, and I did have a question on that, like, how far back do you think it goes, Amy, that we had a check?
6 years,
Not 6 years.
well, I've been on the board for 5. And
We did it
we've
like the
never
first
done
year,
We were doing it up until COVID.
up until COVID, yeah.
just went
So
5
5
years.
years. Yeah.
2020.
But you haven't been able to do it, right?
No. I mean, I am aware of some of them,
Yeah.
yeah, but and as I'm out, I see,
Right.
you know, what's. been
But there's
done
no
and what
system,
hasn't.
there's no
Not
system,
everything.
yeah, I honestly think
Yeah,
we need to get
get
back
back
to,
to it.
because I mean,
Yeah.
you know,
We
there
talked
were,
about it.
yeah, there were a number of things that we would, I mean, many things were done, either it
Yeah.
wasn't done at all.
Yeah.
Right,
And you know, maybe 70% were done right, but there was still
Yeah.
60%. I don't know the number, but there were many things that we caught, and I just get concerned that part of the work is getting deprioritized,
these three probably don't even know about
yeah.
anything about it. So what happens is, each board member is supposed to take a portion of these. And you go and see, these are so old, some of these are
Yeah.
from a long time ago. We go in, we pick a district and we go in and pick out things to see if they were resolved. Violations and people that just came in front of us to make repairs, whatever. And since I was on the board in 2020, beginning of 2020, I don't think February. I have not done it, and I didn't know if you guys were aware that that's part of what we should be doing.
I mean, I don't know how long the board did it, it wasn't, at some point, the decision was made that the board members would help with that. And then it just kind of fell by the wayside. I don't know, how was it enforced before? Did you ever have time to do it even before the board?
Oh,
hours?
yeah, I would do it, and
Okay.
then the board decide to help unless they felt uncomfortable.
Yeah,
like
I
some of
understand
them
that,
are going
yeah.
down rear alleys,
Yeah.
and I said, no,
Yeah.
don't do that, no, I would not expect that, cause I can get somebody to,
Mhm.
you know, take me out.
Yeah.
And do it, that would not be expected of you.
Now that it's winter.
Should do it.
I like what,
It's just something to
Rick
keep
is
on our
okay,
radar.
yeah.
I mean, I don't expect people, we're in November. To be out there charting around 30, 40 degree weather, but
20 degree better.
take a look at this list sometime when you have a chance and. I'm gonna have to do it too, just. But I think this is outdated. This
Well,
list.
remember, this list, these are violations. What
Right.
we're looking at are like, okay, we just approved Alan Schuman
Yeah.
installing an elk. So
6
in
months.
6 months from now, did he install the elk? Did he
Right.
do it properly? Is it the elk that we approved?
Right.
So it's really just approved resolutions to make sure they
Right.
comply with, the
Right.
work complies with the resolution. And these, this is something altogether different. These are all the violations that have been in.
There should
I'm
be
sure
a
there's
lot
others.
more.
Yeah, I'm sure there's others.
Yeah.
I mean,
Speaking
I
of-
have no issue like going, I realized like, yeah, there are times I didn't feel safe or it wasn't, it,
Yeah, and you would tell me.
people would, you know, kind
Yeah.
of put their dogs on me
Yeah.
or whatever it
Yeah.
is, and that happened, but you know, I'm willing to do it, because I think it's really important that we. And you know, sometimes you don't get to it during the month, but you got a list of things, and I think it just helps us stay connected
You don't have the
and
problem.
reminded of the work, yeah. I think it's important to get it back to something, Amy, I really do,
Speaking of this,
Yeah.
since it was kind of like a high profile one that we talked about. Were the changes or the approved. Changes that were supposed to be made at Korea's restaurant, did they ever actually come off the way they were supposed to?
Yes, that one I made sure of.
But
Because I
there
was
were
on
some
top of
issues
that.
with it, I remember,
Yeah,
and
oh,
then,
yeah,
then we were able to get those corrected,
yes,
yeah.
yes.
Okay,
Yes,
Just
cause I
kinda-
think they.
every
came-
time I go by there, I mean, I never know.
I know.
Because it was so back and
It's,
forth.
I know, remember, and then the fire and,
Yeah.
yeah,
They did do something wrong with the windows, but
Yeah.
then they came back
Yes.
before us, I think.
Yes.
and
Yeah, I
they
think that
were
came back to the
corrected,
board, yeah.
Yes.
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, no, I can
Um,
honestly say, and I had approved the painting on the,
And before the
Before.
meeting, we were talking about a couple of things, I made notice of accent lighting on 524 Washington Street, was that ever brought to our attention at all whatsoever?
We do.
524.
There's something.
Yeah, right
floating
down
that used
across
to be.
from Train Lutheran, they have like,
They put those cup cylinder lights that they shine up and
Mm,
up and
up and
down.
down, yeah,
Yeah.
And they're like metal with cutout design, like it's
Amy.
like
Oh,
those.
really?
The people in the 100 block South Fifth. That were doing the roof work and stuff like that.
Yes,
And I noticed that they took out the rounded third floor windows,
I saw that
Yeah.
on Friday.
painted plywood stuck in there.
I'm gonna contact her, but I did have a discussion with her, cause I said that. Cause she had told me how bad the windows were, and I'm sure you saw the
Yeah, well,
windows were bad.
I'm
And
hoping that they
she-
took them out to get a
Repair them.
repair.
And I think that's what we discussed, but it was a while ago, but I have her number, I'm gonna
Okay.
call her, yeah.
And then, there were shutters on the first floor windows that matched the shutters on the second floor.
But I did see the windows,
Yeah.
okay, so there were.
And then the other thing is it's a car wash on Wood Street. I think he's in violation of the signage.
Okay, I haven't driven
and he was
by
on,
there.
that's the one on the, off the Sparkle one.
Yeah, I think he has way too much up.
Where the
They-
car
they-
wash was.
Yeah, they came in and got approval for signage, but what they did
Right.
was, I think they just did what they
Did what
wanted
they
to do,
wanted.
and there's way too much. I mean, there's like flags and there's, on the sides of the
yeah.
building, they've got,
Yeah,
They got approval for 30 days to have a vinyl sign. And I did allow
Okay.
one, because it's a two-way street there. I allowed one on one side and one on the other,
Okay.
but that was a while ago, and I said,
Yes.
and
Yeah,
he did
there's-
not submit any flag signs, and I told him that he would need to come to the review board for that. So I can call him. He's actually very nice and very amenable to
It
what he
seems like
needs
they're
to
doing
do.
some work, I don't know how busy they were.
But there's flags and, okay. Yeah, no, he was told that he can only have them for 30 days.
Did you send your nice letter today?
So we're not there.
Oh, no, I didn't even get to that
Because
today.
they had a board meeting tonight.
I
That's
spoke.
why I said something to Alan when he came in.
Oh,
Someone
okay.
was at his board meeting tonight, so.
I spoke to Linda and she told me they had a board meeting and I told her that I would be writing an email. Yeah, no, I didn't get to that. Back to the 524 Washington Street is not in the historic district.
Okay.
So I'm not sure what building.
It's on it's on the south side, so is that right off, not in it?
Oh,
Behind the,
Right across the street from Trinity Lutheran Church.
oh yeah, no,
no,
Alright, then never mind.
yeah. I just thought of that. I was thinking because Fifth and Washington in the historic district, but that area and it's not here.
but to answer your question about, I think it's 113 South Fifth Street, she did not officially apply to take the windows out and redo, but I can tell you, we did discuss it, and I told her they would have to be done in kind.
What about the porch work that was being done at Fifth and Windsor Streets?
Sorry.
That's approved, that's where Hollis is doing that work. That's,
Oh.
yeah, it's in Connie. We
Okay,
had, it was falling Fifth and Windsor, at the lake there.
Oh, yeah.
We approved work to be done there, I wanna say it was over 2 years ago, easy.
Yeah, from the box.
yeah,
No, yes,
And
yes.
He's
it
doing
just
good work.
sat, it just sat and sat, and then I saw scaffolding going up and I said some, Hollis is doing that, and it's
Yes.
all in kind.
Yes.
okay.
Which,
Yeah.
what
My old
corner?
block.
Yeah, which corner is it? Oh,
It's
you're
Red.
right.
my block.
Okay, your
Yeah,
block on that,
well, my old
on the
block,
end, the end of your old block,
Yes.
got it, okay,
West Florida.
yeah.
It hurts my brain to do
Oh, you mean try to get the direction, oh, it's so hard,
that. I know it's west, northwest, yeah.
yeah, northwest, yeah, you're right, northwest corner, yeah. Very good.
Now I think it would be southwest.
What's that?
Southwest.
Yeah, Southwest corner.
Oh, yeah, southwest, yeah, you're right, see, right, southwest, because north would be across Windsor.
That would be east.
Take my word for it, it's southwest.
I mean, Fifth runs north-south, so
Yeah.
when you're looking at that, your house is here, here's the corner.
Yeah.
And then, so that's the south corner, out of this whole block, south corner, north corner.
Oh, yeah, it's across the street.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I literally have to draw a picture to tell myself what it is. Well, I mean, I don't wanna obligate the board to go through resolutions, they don't have the time and the commitment, but I'm willing to do it, because I think it's important, and if there are others that are willing to do it, I think we need to get back. in
Well, I
that
think
same
the
meeting.
wise way of doing that is to make sure we divvy some of that stuff up.
Oh, yeah, yeah,
Oh,
yeah,
yeah,
absolutely,
that's what we
yeah.
did.
And there's a point at which we have to start somewhere, you know, maybe the last few years have been lost, I don't know, but I just think it's, or you try to identify the ones that you knew were gonna be problematic and go check those
I
out.
could rattle about 10 off.
But
Just for
yeah,
my brain.
yeah,
Are we referring to all these like preservation officers report on action items?
Yes.
Yeah, well, I can
Well,
tell you,
No, I'm
No,
sorry,
no.
no, the resolutions that were actually made by the
Okay.
board 6 months after the resolution
oh,
was
okay,
made.
So we would have to look back at our agendas.
yeah,
And that's where we need minutes.
yeah.
So we could see what was like approved or not approved.
Yeah. Are you behind on like doing resolutions or?
I am.
Oh, okay,
Yeah.
like how far behind do you think? I don't mean to put you on the spot, but if that's a reason why we're not seeing resolutions.
That's
'cause they're
part
not
of the
done.
reason, yeah.
Okay,
Yeah,
alright,
I'm working on it.
okay.
What's the board's policy on store windows, triple track store windows in the historic district?
The same as the window policy. It would be the same as the window policy. Do you mean like large storefront windows?
Oh,
Store
window. Yeah, yeah.
I'm sorry. Oh, yeah, the board approves
Yeah.
storm windows.
Okay.
Yeah,
Because they're preferred,
Yeah.
because you're not touching the original window.
Right.
However, we've had somebody whose business was storm windows, and he said they're not available, they're not made anymore.
Oh, yeah, cause windows now are made so
Yeah.
well,
Yeah,
They're insulated.
that they don't need them.
Right,
and you got the Anderson window guys, you know.
right.
Yeah, you can't use Anderson, you can't use insulated windows. And this would be, but I'm looking at the front of my building and I've got, windows up in the second, third floor, there's 6 of them, and the windows themselves just they're not fitting together too well anymore, and
We'll take your
Rather-
application.
rather than. If I could get storm windows, I'd do that.
Yeah,
And the other thing is that like, the tenant up on the third floor had his window open and bees came in and stung him.
oh, no.
If I had
should
a
have
green on
mine.
the store window, it
Yeah.
would have prevented that from happening.
Yeah,
My old house had store windows, and when I had the house painted, I had the store windows painted like that.
yeah,
Match
yeah,
the
yeah,
trim.
yeah,
Yeah.
then they
Match
really
the wood,
disappear.
it really blends.
It totally disappears, yeah, if your frame and if you have divided light, your mullions and then your storm windows, we did the same
Yeah, 'cause I have
thing,
store windows, when I bought the building, I had store windows on all the back windows have store windows, but the front
Yeah.
never had.
yeah.
And I just assumed that that's why, because it was the
Yeah.
front facade, no store
No,
windows.
no,
I
no, we
didn't-
prefer storms, cause it does help preserve the,
Good storm windows.
original
in my
wood
building,
windows.
I had 5 that were in, and the rest were not.
Yeah.
There, so I-
This guy said you can get a lot for them on the second hand market now because of the. I didn't know they did.
I didn't,
we approved some storm windows, they were expensive, I
Yeah,
remember, in
because
the
they're-
400 block of Douglas, there was a homeowner that came in and, they were a couple $1,000s, this was 5-6 years ago, I remember.
Yeah.
I don't remember which side, which, I don't remember, it was 400 block of
I
Douglas.
went online and I looked up storm windows. And supposedly you can buy a triple track storm window,
Mhm.
but they're not cheap,
No, they're not,
They could be like $250 to $400.
yeah. And the historic, we'll say like the old house. Material sellers are, trying to promote these these windows inside, and they're really not preferred. I think that becomes more of a moisture trapping problem. It does look better from the street, but it doesn't protect your historic window. It does give you more efficiency. And it's warmer inside, but they're really not.
Yeah, the
they're not
windows
preferred.
themselves are in good shape, they're
Yeah,
not falling apart.
Right, and now
It's
it's
just
time
that
to
they're
protect
not as
them.
airtight. as they
Yeah,
used to be.
yeah.
Aaron's always talking about thermal panels. He's always talking about thermal panels. a
What do you
lot.
mean by thermal panels?
Mr. Booth?
Okay.
Yeah. He's told me
Okay.
about that quite a bit. yeah.
Thermal.
Like on the inside, like
Yeah,
interior
on the
panels,
inside,
yeah.
yeah.
Cause those are available too, then they're not visible.
But the thing is, if you wanna open up a window. In the warmer months, and you don't have a screen, then,
Anything to get in there.
yeah,
I was just, yeah,
that's.
And a bad,
The board has always approved storm windows.
and 2 bad actually.
no idea.
Really?
Nobody's come in front of us for 'em since I've been here.
I mean, it's not common, probably people probably don't even realize it, but I remember 1 or 2, yeah,
Yeah, and more often people wanna replace the entire window.
yeah, that's what's happening, yeah, it's not. Yeah, and I remember our historic consultant, she had the business in Bethlehem.
Yeah.
Yeah, she would say that properly installed storm windows with an older window, were highly efficient,
Mhm.
yeah, and, she was a big proponent, of course, I would expect her to be, of original windows and storm windows, yeah, so.
Yeah, 'cause you're saving the original
Yeah,
window by
right,
doing
yeah.
that, and you can always take the storm windows off.
Yeah.
and
That's what I
You
got.
still have you're not damaging
Right,
the window.
Right, exactly, you got a few screw holes, it's about
Right.
it, yeah. Right.
And we've approved, stained glass, or panels over, like storm window panels over stained glass
Yeah.
as well.
Yeah,
Anything for education and outreach?
Good job there, Mike.
Wait, are you on that committee?
He's
Okay.
now.
I just, he's not here tonight, so I.
No, that's, it's there.
You guys are
Was
policy.
I right?
No.
No, yeah, she does have some.
I always have something to share.
Yeah.
Outreach, right? Okay, so, has anybody here been to the mill at Anselma, 401 Route 10? It's an old mill facility with a few outbuildings. Okay, I'm getting a no. Hey, go. And like on the way, yeah, 401-ish that way, Chester County.
Yeah,
Right,
okay.
right over the line.
Yeah.
Okay, so there's this place called the Mill at Anselma, and they are a historic mill, and once a month, they actually, it's a water wheel, they fire it up and they grind the cornmeal and you can buy it, and there's the recipes, and there's a bunch of outbuildings, they have a little visitor center, blah, 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 blah. Okay, so when they started buying these properties, they needed to furnish it. And what they did is they put out a call to the community to bring your period furniture from this era that you want to be in our facility forever as a gift or whatever, and we'll check it out. I come to you, my people, on behalf of the Pagoda Foundation. I have been tasked with trying to get this concept to work at the pagoda, where we have a day where is it chinoiserie, is it, you know, some arts and crafts with Japanese styling, what is it? You know what I mean? What is this period, 1908 furniture? And we wanna furnish a few of the rooms, but we wanna do it legitimately, legitimate HARB people who are gonna help us pick these furnishings and do an Antiques Roadshow style event with BCTV and us being the yang and yang.
That would be very interesting.
This would be no later than March next year, so you have to commit if you wanna do something.
Right, yeah.
Okay, and furthermore, just put a pin in that idea. Okay, we need members, people. There's 3 blank spaces here. I'm not interested in taking you out on the town. You need more people, so that's what I'm gonna be doing. I'm going into these communities and I'm going to partner with other organizations who have people in these communities to try to find people that you can look at. That's my goal.
Thank
Hold
you.
on, you lost me there, girl.
Board members.
Board members, okay, you're trying to recruit boards, okay,
Hill,
okay.
right, you got people that are supposed to be rolling off in a few years, we got problems. Powell Hill,
We could say,
Francis Story,
they'll keep us to.
right.
Yeah,
no, we haven't.
They'll actually let us go.
Like these people, anybody heard about them? I know you have. Yeah, so they touch up against one of our districts. So I'm gonna talk to Joe Bonnet, maybe there's somebody in there,
Yeah.
what, you know? I've already had one meeting with him.
Talk with Linda Kelleher. They are the ones that recruit for the boards,
Yeah,
just saying,
Okay.
keep her in the loop,
I would,
please.
well, it all has to go forward
Yeah.
anyway.
Yeah, it
you know what
does,
I
it
mean?
does, yeah,
All
yeah,
that
yeah,
has
yeah.
to go.
Yeah.
There's a committee.
Yeah, right, so,
But I'm sure she'll take every legitimate.
Yeah, I just
Yeah.
keep her in the loop.
Yes, and they're supposed to inform us when somebody applies and they're going to interview them and then.
did you guys get that information when I applied?
No,
Okay,
because,
I'm just checking in.
because we were kept out of the loop.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay.
We got an apology, but.
So this is why I want you
Okay.
guys.
We
to come
typically
on
have
board.
though,
Well, good.
yeah,
We
I mean,
have
there have been a
before.
few that have been missed, but we typically, it usually requires some reminder from
Yes,
time to time,
Yeah,
yeah.
so I
yeah.
reminded them, but yes, that did happen.
Yeah, but I talked to you and I talked to you before I even
Oh,
applied.
yes,
Right,
yes,
and so
yes.
you both knew that it
Yes.
was about joining the sport. I talked to you
Yeah.
at the Goggle Works outside of some weird ribbon
No,
cutting.
I didn't talk, you didn't get me on the board.
No.
That's not what she
I'm
said.
trying to get her on the board.
Oh, yeah. Gotcha, all right.
Yes,
You got me
yes,
confused
so
there.
I was aware, in your case, I was aware, but.
So anyway, that's what I'm gonna do. I'm working on getting some new candidates for
Thank you for
review.
that.
Thank you.
I would like you to help me pick furniture for the pagoda, because God knows Public Works can't.
Yeah,
okay?
oh, yeah, no, I'll help.
And when's the event? In March, you said?
So Pagoda Day, thank you, Erin.
Okay,
is-
yes, yeah.
is April the 21st.
Okay.
That is the day that Julia and Jonathan Mold gifted Pagoda to the city of Reading.
Oh,
So on Pagoda Day, we will be opening up to the public. I have a few things in mind for that. This Antiques Roadshow thing will probably happen after that, but I would need your commitment by then so that I could announce it on Pagoda Day.
April 21st, you said?
Yes, ma'am.
26.
yeah, that's it.
Weekday, isn't it?
It is. You'll be taking off work.
So we would just be like, we would be judging furniture, is that what it is again?
You will be selecting.
Approving.
Selecting
You'll
furniture.
be saying, yes, this is appropriate, I
Perfect.
like this.
Okay, got
you
it.
know.
Charles Evans will be walking in the cemetery 4 days later.
I'd be willing to do that.
Yeah, that would really, that would be great.
You
Yeah.
said it's on BCTV.
I'm gonna rope Heather in as well and make her bring some
Yeah.
people. Yeah, so the question would be like, where would we want them to schlep this furniture?
Yeah.
Burke's History Center was a natural fit. They can't schlep it up to the pagoda.
That's what I was wondering, they can't take it up.
What we can do,
Okay.
like up the stairs,
Yeah,
down the stairs,
yeah,
okay,
yeah,
this
yeah.
is.
Also like
Yeah.
too, because we're at ground level with the artifacts bank. We're
Actually,
that meeting
Artifact Bank
space.
might be a good place too.
We're that meeting space.
Oh, yeah, the
that's
meeting
open.
space, yeah,
Okay,
yeah.
alright, cool, yeah, so that's something that the foundation's keen on getting you guys like in community with us on, so. Okay, cool, thank you, cause I need.
Yeah, I'd be more than willing to talk, just gotta,
I'll
I'd like
email
to do
you.
it.
Just keep in mind, I'm nothing more than a volunteer at the Burke's History Center, okay? I'm not a board member anymore, so.
I understand that, but you can pick furniture.
We'll get to that.
Alright, I'm gonna assume there's no policy committee report.
No, Mr. Booth is not here. It seems like every time we have gotten together, I've made changes to a document and sent it to him, and the changes didn't go through for whatever reason, and every time that we're on Zoom meetings, or he goes on, Teams, I guess it is, he freezes on me every time, so we've had very,
Oh, technical issues, you mean.
yeah,
Okay.
not very, shall we say, productive
Okay.
the last couple weeks, the last couple
I'm
months.
trying,
It's
see,
done
that's
a
good.
lot, yeah.
And you're
That's
you're
good.
working on.
Policies are
a
hard.
Door, a door policy.
Yeah, and I actually put some verbiage together, to be honest, I mean. I used the modern world a little bit, I took AI and let them write the thing for me, and we just edited it, you know. Yeah, put in what was gonna work. And but for whatever reason, it just didn't go with me, it goes, I don't see any of your changes in here, it's like.
Oh.
They're there, so it's like, so I don't know what, but it was weird because everything that I was looking on that document, it showed that Mr. Booth did this, Aaron did this, Aaron did that, Aaron did this, like, but then it's like, I put things in, and as much as I'm looking at them in there, it wasn't showing up on the red line on the other side, so, you know, I don't know. But I had given him what I put in, and he was supposed to take a look and plug some of that stuff in there, cause I gave him this is what I used, and we fine tuned it, so, yeah.
Okay, all right.
So hopefully we'll be a little bit more along the line after that, so. But, and we do meet Tuesday before for half hour, 40 minutes for every time. You know, it's all of a sudden he's on the screen like that, 'cause he freezes, and it's like, you know, it's like, hello, are you there? So, you know, but
Alright, anybody wanna make a motion to adjourn?
So moved.
All in favor?
I.
Oh, second. Thanks, everybody.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah.